Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. Y'all, Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. I had to talk about this one, meaning to actually make this video for the longest time because the stands have been going crazy and they don't understand why certain channels like mine and others talk about the NBA players from the past as much as we do. They try to say we live in the past, romanticize the past, yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing about us living in the past or romanticizing the past. The stuff we see now in the NBA, with the current NBA, is absolutely disgusting what we see. What we see is not even basketball. What we see is a bunch of glorified ball hogs, a bunch of glorified three-point shooters, whatever you can think of, out here playing the game. The game back then was played with strategy, with smarts, with basketball IQ, which some people in this league now really don't have. And if people say, oh, what do you mean they don't have basketball IQ? That means you got no basketball IQ. Because why would you take a three and back up for a three when you're on a fast break like I have seen in some games? Why would you not try to force the player, if they have a weak hand, if their weak hand is their left hand, why do players constantly force them to go to their good hand? If I was holding LeBron James at an appropriate height, because I ain't 6'5" or anything like that, but I'm just saying, if I was an NBA player in the NBA, I would force LeBron James left the whole entire time. The whole entire time. Because he can't go left. But they don't do that. Jordan once said that the best way to stop LeBron is to force him to go left. But nobody does that these days. Nobody has a strategy for that. There's no ball movement at all. The players these days sit out whenever they get a chance. They don't play hard enough. They take it easy. They're more worried about money. They're more worried about adult film stars. They're more worried about IG stars. They're more worried about eating cakes and gumbo and fried shrimp and fried chicken down in New Orleans more than the game itself. The players of the past were dedicated to their craft, dedicated to their game, dedicated to putting it out there, not just for themselves, but for the fans that cheer for them. They gave it their all, injuries or not. And they owned up to their mistakes, to their accountability. It wasn't just rolling their teammates under the bus. Everybody get on Jordan talking about he's selfish. But Jordan, when they lost, it wasn't about, oh, I scored 39 points. I did my part. No, he still lost. And he took full responsibility if they lost because he was the leader of the team. Unlike a balding fool that fake reigns in LA right now. There wasn't any, oh, get rid of this guy. I don't need him on the team. No. Players like Jordan, Kobe, Magic, Bird, they wanted the best out of the teammates. They wanted it all. Sure, no one quotedly didn't want to play with Kobe during the championship years, the later championship years. Mainly because at one point in time, people were competitive. Players weren't competitive. They wanted to go at Kobe. There wasn't this joining up with Kobe at all. Maybe later towards the end. But also, Some people didn't want to play with Kobe because he was intense, because he wanted the best. And the only way to achieve victory, to achieve success, you got to be hard on people. And there's none of that. That's why I say I'd rather play with Kobe and Jordan. I can take getting cursed at, but I know one damn thing. They gonna get the best out of me. I know one damn thing, they gonna win. They gonna find ways to win with no excuses. I try to incorporate that in the basketball play. I don't care if it's don't play if it's cares is what's it called? Pick up basketball or in the league. If you want to stay on the court for the whole entire night or the whole afternoon, win as many games as possible, you guys got to dig deep when you're on the playing pickup ball. Yeah, maybe just pickup ball, but shoot, that's the only way you're gonna win. Playing haphazardly, you ain't gonna do it. Players of the past didn't have much, especially in the 70s and 60s and 50s and even in the early part of the 80s. There wasn't no freaking being pampered back then. These dudes these days, they so pampered, they don't care about the game. There was intensity in these games. There was defense. Not all these damn rule chasers that make defense subpar these days. All these rules right now are benefiting the offensive side of the ball, not the defensive side of the ball. This goes for the NFL as well, too. That's why we're still, I wouldn't say stuck in the past. That's why we loved the basketball back then. Because it was fun. It was competitive. It was intense. Everyone gave it their all. These days, nah. It's all about an individual player as well, too. Ain't none of that going on anymore. So it ain't so much about romanticizing. It's just that we're comparing what we saw probably from, let's say, I think majority of the people who are subscribers to me probably saw basketball probably from, let's say, the 80s until now. But I grew up in a time in the late 90s and early 2000s when they still played, when it was still intense. Yeah, you had some terrible calls or some supposed rigged games, but shoot, star players are going to play 82 games or 80 games. Might sit out 2 games or something like that towards the end of the season, and they already got a spot in the playoffs. That's the things about these little stands don't understand. I bet half of them were born in the late 90s, early 2000s, so they didn't get a chance to see none of that. So it's not entirely their fault. They got to see what they got to see now. And I blame that on Adam Silver and Le Homelander himself. Because he ain't going to tell me Le Homelander don't have a foot on Adam Silver's neck when it comes to certain stuff. As much as I didn't like David Stern, at least he tried to make the game pure. Now Adam Silver just made the game a joke. This in-season tournament is a joke. Play-in tournament is a joke. The rules they got now is a joke. Basketball now is a joke. It's not fun. It's boring. It's hard to watch. The fundamentals are gone. I don't care if these guys can dribble, dunk faster. I'd rather see Larry Bird play than watch freaking whoever shoot up a whole bunch of threes and call that basketball. And it's affecting the lower divisions of the game as well. All these dudes, all they want to do, when I play, all they want to do is shoot from outside, from the logo, and don't want to play defense at all. But anyways, I've done enough talking. I did a lot of talking today. But it's not so much about romanticizing. It's just like we're not getting a great product anymore. And when we do have some players out there that can play, they do not promote them. They're not promoting Anthony Edwards like that. They're not promoting Shea. They're not promoting De'Aaron Fox like that. And I know why. I kind of mentioned it already in the video before. And I went there with it, but that's true. These dudes been balling all season. But they got no fanfare. Same thing with the Denver Nuggets. No fanfare. They just won the NBA championship. But they get no respect because they told, because they made fun of the Los Angeles Lakers. And the media shunned them out. We got a 38-year-old man that crying all over the floor when he don't get calls and then marching to the NBA front office. Talk about not getting calls. We got a superstar, a GOAT that everybody calls him, crying about every damn call. Still chasing the ghost of Jordan, even though, well, I don't want to make this inappropriate, but still chasing the man that used to wear number 24, that plays in the same stadium that this balding fool plays in now. Just ruining his legacy, ruining the legacy of the Lakers, the legacy of the NBA in total. When Jordan left the NBA in 2003, he left it in a good position. When LeBron James leaves it, it has to be repaired now. But anyways, I'm done talking. Tell me what you guys think.